The roar of my Mustang echoed down the street, a sound of freedom and power that turned heads every time. But that night, it drew the wrong kind of attention. Karen's Son Spoiled, entitled, "The Kind of Brat Who Thought the World Owed Him Everything," stormed into my driveway the moment I parked. He jabbed a finger at my car and shouted, "Give me the keys. My mom says that Mustang should be mine." His arrogance was almost laughable. What he didn't know, what Karen didn't know when she backed his tantrum with a phone call to the cops, was that the Mustang didn't just belong to MIT, belonged to the police chief. And that's me. I looked him dead in the eye, calm but sharp. "You don't demand a car from me, son. You earn it. And this one, you'll never touch." He didn't like that answer. He puffed up, red in the face, and ran back home. Minutes later, Karen herself appeared at the end of my driveway, arms crossed, lips pursed, like she was about to hand down divine judgment. "You have something that belongs to my boy," she snapped. "That Mustang is perfect for him, and you're going to hand it over, or I'll make sure you regret it." I almost laughed. It's my car. It's my property, and neither you nor your son has any claim on it. But Karen wasn't listening. She pulled out her phone, dialing fast, her shrill voice carrying across the street. "Hello, police? Yes, I need an officer right away. My neighbor is refusing to return stolen property. He's got my son's Mustang in his driveway." The audacity stunned even me. She wasn't just lying, she was weaponizing the police against me, thinking her HOA crown gave her untouchable power. I leaned against the hood, arms folded, waiting, because if she wanted the police involved, she was about to get them. 10 minutes later, patrol cars rolled in, lights flashing. Karen's smirk widened as officers stepped out, ready to handle what they thought was a theft case. She marched up to them, pointing dramatically at me and my car. "That's him. That's the thief. He stole my son's Mustang and won't give it back." Her son stood beside her, smirking like Christmas had come early. The officers turned to me, starting their usual protocol. "Sir, can you explain the situation?" I didn't say a word at first. Instead, I reached into my pocket, pulled out my wallet, and flipped open the badge they didn't expect to see. The gold shield caught the flashing lights. "Police chief." Their eyes widened instantly. Karen's smirk froze, her son's jaw dropped, and the officers snapped to attention. "Evening, chief," one of them said quickly, respect replacing suspicion. I nodded, calm but firm. "Evening, gentlemen. Let's set the record straight. That Mustang, registered in my name, paid in full, and Karen here just made a false police report accusing me of theft." Karen tried to interrupt, her voice screeching over mine. No, he's lying. That's supposed to be my son's car." But the officers weren't buying it anymore. They'd seen my paperwork, my badge, my authority. And now they were seeing Karen's lies unravel in real time. I walked toward her, not with anger, but with the controlled authority of a man who had seen this 100 times before. "You called in a false report. You tried to manipulate officers into intimidating me. You weaponized the badge for your own selfish game. Do you know what that is? Karen, it's a crime. And now you're standing here in front of the police chief, caught red-handed." The crowd had gathered neighbors with phones recording, whispers flying. Karen's power had always come from fear, from her threats, from her position in the HOA. But now, every eye was on her, and every phone was capturing her humiliation. The officers didn't hesitate. One turned to her and said flatly, "Ma'am, you're under arrest for filing a false police report." Her son screeched in protest, lunging toward the Mustang, but I stepped between him and the car. "Touch it," I warned, my voice low and steady, "and you'll be riding in the back of that squad car with her." He froze. Karen's shrieks filled the night as the cuffs clicked around her wrists. "You can't do this to me. I'm on the HOA board. I'll sue all of you. I'll have your jobs." But the officers ignored her, guiding her to the cruiser while the neighbors filmed every step. The same woman who once strutted around the neighborhood like a queen was now being shoved into the back seat, powerless, exposed. Her son stood alone, red-faced fists clenched, watching his mother's empire crumble in front of him. I looked at him one last time. "Son, here's a lesson your mom never taught you. Respect isn't demanded, it's earned. Same goes for cars. You want a Mustang, work for it. But you'll never touch mine." The officers drove away, Karen screaming inside the cruiser. The neighbors erupted into whispers, some cheering, some shaking their heads. The HOA's reign of intimidation had cracked wide open, and I slid into my Mustang, turned the key, and let the engine roar to life once more. The sound rolled down the street like thunder, drowning out the last echoes of Karen's shrieks. From that night forward, nobody in the neighborhood questioned me. No more fines slipped into mailboxes. No more petty harassment. Karen's son stopped strutting, his arrogance deflated, and the HOA it moved in silence, terrified of poking the one man who had the authority to shut them down for good. Karen thought calling the cops would scare me into handing over my Mustang. She thought her lies could twist the law into her weapon, but she forgot the truth. I am the law here. I'm the chief, and when you play games with power you don't understand. You don't just lose, you destroy yourself for everyone to see. Now, when I drive my Mustang through the neighborhood, heads turn, not with entitlement, but with respect. Because they all remember the night Karen called the cops only to discover the man she targeted was the chief of police.